A bright, young nursing student steps out for a morning jog, and never comes home. When 22-year-old Laken Riley vanished near the University of Georgia campus, her family's worst fears came true. Police found her body in the woods, her skull crushed. The killer? A man who shouldn't have even been in the country. This case exploded into national headlines, sparking protests, political battles, and one haunting question: could this have been prevented? We upload a new, jaw-dropping crime story every 3 days. Miss one? You might miss the case everyone's talking about. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the truth, it's crazier than fiction. Before she became a national headline, Laken Riley was just a small-town girl with big dreams. Born and raised in Woodstock, Georgia, she grew up surrounded by family, the kind of young woman who lit up every room she entered. Friends described her as the girl who never stopped smiling, the type who'd drop everything to help a stranger. A dedicated nursing student at Augusta University, Laken spent her days studying patient care and her weekends hiking Georgia's trails. Her Instagram showed a life full of simple joys: sunset runs, coffee dates with friends, and handwritten Bible verses in her journal. She wanted to work in pediatric nursing, her mother shared in an interview. She'd say, "If I can ease one child's pain, I've done my job." But what those closest to her remember most? Her routines. Every morning at 7 a.m., she'd text her mom a heart emoji. Every afternoon, she'd call her little brother to ask about his soccer games. And every evening without fail, she'd log 3 miles on the wooded trails near campus, the same trails where her life would tragically end on February 22, 2024. The last photo she ever posted shows her laughing in a UGA sweatshirt, captioned, "Grateful for this life." Today, that gratitude lives on through Laken's Law, a proposed bill that would require immigration status checks on all suspects. But for her grieving parents, no law will ever bring back the daughter who made their world brighter. Real crime fact: Laken's nursing classmates now wear LR pins during clinical rotations, a small tribute to the healer who never got to save lives. Laken Riley ties her running shoes in her Athens apartment. She texts her roommate, "Trail run then class. Back by 10. It's the last message anyone receives from her. Surveillance footage shows Laken jogging alone near the intramural fields. A blurry figure appears 200 yards behind her, later identified as Jose Ibarra. No one realizes she's in danger. Her nursing professor marks her absent. Her roommate checks Find My iPhone, the location hasn't moved from the woods in 90 minutes. Panic sets in. She's not answering, she never misses class. "I think something's wrong." Campus police comb the trails. A K-9 unit picks up a scent near a drainage ditch. An officer spots a white sneaker in the brush. Then, blood on oak leaves. The crime scene tape goes up as detectives find Laken's body, blunt force trauma to the head, her Apple Watch still recording a failed emergency call. Security cameras reveal a shirtless man fleeing toward Argo Apartments, where Ibarra lives with his brother. By midnight, police have his migrant ID records. A SWAT team storms Unit 214. Ibarra is arrested wearing the same shorts seen on trail footage. In his trash can, a broken bike lock with strands of blonde hair. Laken's Fitbit showed her heart rate spiked to 170 BPM, the moment she realized she was being chased. Police say he entered the U.S. illegally near El Paso in September 2022, just 17 months before Laken's killing. Released into the country due to overcrowded detention centers, he settled in Athens, Georgia, less than a mile from where Laken Riley would take her last run. October 2023. Arrested for shoplifting at Walmart, but ICE wasn't notified. Child endangerment charge in NYC, case dismissed. His brother Diego also arrested post-murder for fake green cards. When detectives pulled apartment complex footage, they saw a shirtless man sprinting from the woods at 9:42 a.m., matching Ibarra's tattoos. Inside his trash. A blood-stained sweatshirt. A snapped bicycle lock, potential weapon. Receipts from a same-day Walmart bleach purchase. Though he pleaded not guilty, police say Ibarra admitted to seeing Laken alone and following her. Cell data places him circling the trail for 22 minutes before attacking. Now facing malice murder, death penalty eligible. Kidnapping with bodily injury. Aggravated assault. But here's what keeps Laken's family up at night: this wasn't his first violent incident, just the first time he got caught. Jail calls reveal Ibarra complaining about bad food while Laken's parents planned her funeral. Within 48 hours, the case became a rallying cry in the border security debate. Republicans pounced, Biden's open borders killed Laken, flashed across Fox News. Democrats fired back, this isn't about immigration, it's about violence against women. Trump's Georgia rally, where he invited Laken's parents on stage to a standing ovation. Biden's slip-up in the State of the Union, calling her Laken Riley before correcting himself. Viral TikTok footage of protesters chanting, "Say her name," outside the White House. 87% spike in Google searches for migrant crime after the arrest. 22 states introduced Laken's law bills mandating ICE cooperation. $3 million raised for her family, while Ibarra's legal defense fund got $142. The New York Post ran, "Blood on their hands" with Laken's photo. The Washington Post countered with, "When tragedy becomes political ammunition." Did failed policies enable this killer? Or are we using one tragedy to paint millions with the same brush? This isn't just politics, it's about preventing the next Laken Riley. Tap subscribe for our deep dive into how this case could change U.S. immigration laws forever. The wheels of justice are turning for Laken Riley, but her family faces a long, painful road ahead. Jose Ibarra now sits in a Georgia jail, charged with malice murder, death penalty eligible. Felony murder. Kidnapping with bodily injury. Aggravated assault. Prosecutors filed notice of intent to seek the death penalty, citing the crime's especially heinous, cruel, and depraved nature. Ibarra's public defenders argue his arrest was rushed, claiming no direct DNA evidence links him to the murder weapon. A motion to change venues was denied. This case will be tried in Athens, where emotions run high. Jailhouse calls reveal Ibarra complaining about prison food while Laken's parents picked out her casket. New security footage shows him watching the search teams from his apartment balcony as they scoured the woods. Forensic experts matched the bike lock found in his trash to Laken's skull fractures. Pre-trial hearing scheduled for October 2024. Defense strategy likely to focus on chain of custody issues with evidence. Trial date tentatively set for early 2025, but likely delayed. Laken's mother attends every hearing, wearing her daughter's nursing school pin. "We won't have closure until he's convicted," she told reporters outside court last week. This case could drag on for years. Hit follow for real-time trial updates. We'll be in that courtroom every day. Her face should be on nursing school brochures, not memorial t-shirts. Her hands should be healing patients, not memorialized in courtroom photos. If this tragedy teaches us anything, it's that evil preys on the unprepared. 3 things you can do right now. Keycap 1. Run smart, ladies, carry pepper spray, vary your routes, always share location. Keycap 2. Speak up, demand better campus safety measures at your local colleges. Keycap 3. Stay vigilant. Notice suspicious behavior? Report it immediately, you could save a life. We're tracking this case and hundreds like it because silence kills, but awareness saves. Tap that subscribe button, every new follower helps us. Pressure lawmakers for change. Support victims' families. Expose systemic failures. Next time you tie your running shoes, remember Laken. Then ask yourself, what kind of world do I want to run in? Turn on notifications. Because the next story we break might just save someone you love.